Hi guys, I'm Mom Bear to Many, and we just went for a thrifting haul. So as you remember, if you saw my video a couple weeks ago, I had gone to the city and looked at the thrift stores and prices were crazy. So I said next time I go by and the thrift store locally to us is open, I am pulling in and I'm just going to get anything that I could possibly or potentially need over the winter. So that's what I did. I was coming home and got a bunch of stuff. So let's share that. So my kids are like dying to play with this. I ended up getting this. It was $10. It had quite a few cars. They have some in the other room, but I also had been looking for something because they have some Matchbox cars that they like to play, and I thought they could drive those down and around here too. So I am going to let them have this. Okay, so other things that I was looking for in the thrift store. Oh, that was, I think it was $10. Other stuff that I got at the thrift store was, I was looking for blankets because, as you saw before, or you might have seen it if you've seen that video, I am working on some quilts for Christmas, and it's really expensive. I like to use used things like fabric that I already have, tidbits of things in order to make quilts, but I also don't want to spend, it would cost a lot of money to put middles into the quilts. So I like to use something from thrift stores. So this was one of the blankets. Now this is going to be too big for the actual quilt itself, but what I'll do is I'll have this, and this actually has a pink back, so I have to check the back to see if the back is clean, because if the back looks okay, I can just use that for the back of my quilt. Now if it's not, then I would actually just sandwich that in the middle of a piece of fabric and then my quilt top on the top. So I will check that all over. I will wash these all out and check that all over and see what I'm actually going to do for this. But this is one of my middles. Now this also is going to be one of my middles. Look how thick this is. This is like really thick. So once I put those quilts on there, it is just going to be incredibly thick and warm for the children. This as well, same thing. Put a topper on it and have it good. A lot of times people get rid of, sometimes people get rid of blankets if they're stained. I mean, if they're good, if they're getting a new one or something, but a lot of times people get rid of them if they're stained. So it's a perfect way to use that. Actually, my husband, he used to work at the hospital, and they had the hospital blankets, and years ago they would donate all those blankets to us, and I would use those for inside of pot holders. I'd use them for inside of quilts, whatever I was doing. I'd use those like stained up old ones inside. So I got these today. These were like, I think there were two of them were $2 and then one of them was $3, I'm pretty sure. I didn't actually get a receipt from her. I just paid the bill and I was good with that. Anyway, if they were $5 or less, it is, I mean, even if it was like $20 and it was a halfway decent quilt, the thing that you have to worry about is to make sure that when you pull the quilt out, or the blanket out, comforter out, is pull it out, that the stuffing that's inside isn't like bunched all at one end, because that's really hard to fix. You can fix it, you can cut one end and then redo it, but it's a lot of work. So if you have one that is not bunched like that, it will work great. And then what you're doing is, once you put both of your things, you're going to be quilting it together, so it's going to hold together even more than just the blanket the way that it is right now. I took a gamble on this. I did not plug this in. I took a gamble on this food processor because I've been looking for a food processor for a while and don't want to pay $50 for the bigger ones, $50+ on the bigger ones. I also ended up getting some spoons and forks. I think I got 8 of each. I could care less if they match or not. This one right here I think is going to be all of my fabrics and sheets. So my daughter liked this fabric, so she got that one. I like this color for a sheet. I also will use maybe flat sheets like this. It was a plain color and it's thick. It's hard to tell like on the camera, but this one's like a thick one. It's not like silky. This would be great if you were going to, you can do a bunch of things, honestly. You can use that for a back of a quilt. I have made nightgowns for my girls out of ones just like this. So it's almost free because you're just using a sheet, which cost maybe $1. I think sheets were like $1 there. So there's tons of things to use sheets for. Then I ended up getting some pillowcases in 2 different styles. So there's these ones and these ones. So I know I've talked a little bit about different colors and stuff, and I think eventually what I want to do is have the little girls' sheets to be the color of what their color is. And I think that I'm probably going to do an overall video of how I assign a color to each of my children and how that's beneficial and why I do that and how it keeps things more orderly in our home under like an organizational video. I just haven't got there yet, but we're coming into the season that I would be able to walk around the house and just explain to you in depth how things work. So we also got these. I like these kind. It reminds me of like when I was a kid, these were really popular, but it's nice because they can go on really small shoes. And when the, you can just adjust it in the bottom, just like a wing nut there, and it can go bigger or smaller, and they wear their shoes in them. And they're really good for toddlers that are trying to be like the big kids and not wear rollerblades because they're a lot more stable that way. Okay, let's get into these bags. So I got my son a pair of jeans. I think I got him 2, but we shall see. A shirt. This is for my 13-year-old. And then pretty much what I did was any dresses, skirts, leggings, or plain-ish shirts that would have been within my girls' sizes, then I would have got them. So my girls, I consider my little girls, are the 6 youngest girls. So I have 6 girls that are 11 and under. So they would be 1.5, 3, just turned 6, 7, 9, and 11. So these are things that I got for them. And obviously all these things are going to get washed, guys. You know, years ago somebody said, I don't know how you can put clothes on that have already been worn, but honestly, like most of the time people try things on in the store, so somebody else wore it anyway. So the bags are still leggings. So the bags are still $5 a bag to fill up. So pretty much anything that I thought would fit, I just got. There was actually, she did a really good job. Last time I went in, it was kind of sparse, but she had really stocked the children's area really well. She has some helpers there helping her out. So got some, now these here, if these are too short for the ages that they would be appropriate for, you can just cut like in a seam here, and then you could just pull the elastic. Most of the time you could pull the elastic and make it a little bit tighter. Some you can't do that, some they actually sew the elastic bottom, but a lot of times you can just pull it like that. So a bunch of leggings. There was some leggings on hangers, and I thought those were all of them, and then I went along the other side by the toys and they had some leggings there too. That one's kind of cute. This one still has tags on it. So what I'll do is next time I do laundry, I'll go through, and if I see any, say, leggings that are ripped, I'll probably end up cutting those into shorts, and then I'll store those away for the summer. I like using I like using those for summertime because they're usually where they rip or in the knee. So if you cut right above that, they're kind of longer shorts rather than like a lot of the kids' shorts are really way up high here. Okay. I used a cloth diaper. I've been debating it back and forth, but these were included in the fill-a-bag, and I already have some at the house, but I figured that I would grab a couple more because it was part of the fill-a-bag anyway. So I got 3 little girly ones. I think what I'm going to do is my 3-year-old's learning how to potty train, so I need to find some that we actually all have matching outfits like this, but the baby didn't, and this is her size, so yay. What was I saying? Oh, diaper, potty training. So what I'll do is I'll find ones that fit my 3-year-old. She has some pretty chunky thighs, and we'll put those over her underwear and just have her wear those so she can get into potty training. And then I'll keep a bucket outside of the bathroom door, and then we'll just change like that. I'm thinking that I'm going to move to cloth diapers again. I already got the other ones all out. I already washed all the other ones. I just haven't actually made that jump. This is a cute little dress. I didn't pick them all out, so it's kind of neat. My daughter picked some of them out, so it's kind of like, oh yes, that's cute. I thought this would be cute with like a red shirt underneath it for play. A lot of my girls like just ended up getting pretty tall, so they're growing out of the size they were just in. I think this is cute. I don't know, I love the denim.
I think they sell those at Walmart, so that must be pretty new.
Yeah.
But usually at Walmart they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, usually like $15 or something. This is a cute little shirt too. I'm looking at the size like I'm gonna put it on somebody right now. Oh my goodness, no, I'm not putting this on somebody now. I just get into the habit of doing that. But leggings, so most of the time on an average day, our kids would wear underwear, leggings. Our little girls would wear underwear, leggings, then they would wear a skirt or a dress, and then a shirt. And then older people, oh, love. Oh, there's fabric in this one. Here's some minky fabric that she just threw in there for us. This is good for making diapers. It's also, we make cloth pads, and this is really nice. The minky is really good for like the top layer of pads if you're ever home making pads. Now you think that I've just gone to a whole nother level. I'm talking about cloth diapering and cloth pads. Yes, I am. That is where we're at. These actually I liked because the waist is really thin and the legs are long. And most of my girls, their waists are tiny and their legs are long. Those ones. Here's another fabric that I saw that was super cute. Lots of leggings, lots of leggings. So each child usually has, in rotation, they have 5 to 7 pairs of leggings. And then as they rip, we just cut them off and call it a day. It also helps with like insulation when we go for a walk or whatever. I went for a walk today. It was actually really nice out. We went, it's like a refugee place, and we went down there and we went for a walk, and the kids burned some energy off, and they had fun. It was cute. My 3-year-old, she was determined, because at the beginning of this one trail, they had like a pamphlet on how to, or what birds you might see on this trail. So she was like tiptoeing, like, shh, you gotta be quiet, I gotta see the birds. That's super cute. So she saw a couple birds, and I think a squirrel. And she was pleased with that. But mainly, it was halfway decent out today, and I wanted them to burn off some energy, because it has been, we've gone from like bitter cold to raining to snowing to just crazy weather here, crazy. So any opportunity we get that we can get outside, we want to get outside. See how much clothes we're getting for $5? I mean, really, this is just incredible. I know some of you mentioned that Goodwills, or there's Goodwill shops, I believe that it is, that you can go in and there's tables full of, these are like pajama pants, super warm and snuggly, that you can go in and like fill bags off of the tables or something like that. If you are somebody that mentioned that, can you write the name down in the comments below so other people that might have that in their area might be able to see that? Because I think now everyone just really needs to be up in their game a little bit with these with the inflation prices and just, yeah, craziness. I have seen so many people lately. This has a shirt that goes with it. It's a pajama set. I've seen so many people lately struggling financially, and it just, it breaks my heart. It really does. And I think sometimes it's hard, especially if you are not used to living simply. I consider us just living simply, like buying used, saving the difference. Like, it's just kind of the life that I'm accustomed to. But if you're not accustomed to that and you're always buying things brand new and you're always buying name brand and you're always buying I don't know, sometimes you get accustomed to like those things. So maybe if you don't actually have the money, then maybe you're putting things on credit cards, and then you're putting so much money on credit cards. I thought they could wear like a shirt underneath this, because actually this wouldn't be good for this summer because the holes in the arms are too big, but like a plain shirt underneath that would be really cute. You become accustomed to the higher things, and then you just keep spending and spending and spending, even though you don't have the money, thinking that at some point it's going to get better, and trying to keep like the status that you're already at. And I'm seeing that so much lately, and they're at the point of, I don't want to say the breaking point because that just sounds horrible, but they're at a point where they're unable to pay basic bills. I've seen lots of people lately on Facebook that have been asking, like, GoFundMe for just basic rent. And it's really sad. It's really sad. So I encourage you, if you are struggling, don't be afraid to change your life. Don't be afraid to change the way you do things. To start now buying used, to start going to thrift stores now, to say no to all of those little trinkets and things that go on your wall and smelly candles and like all the things that you enjoy. It's okay to say no to that for a season in order to get yourself back on top of your bills. And I just want to encourage you to do that and not try to live a lifestyle that's beyond your means, because one day it could crash. And that's a horrible feeling. A horrible feeling. We've been there, unfortunately. Not that we were overspending, but due to some circumstances. And it's made me change my lifestyle to where I am now. And it made us focus on important things, like we're 45 and we paid off our house, you know, and that was important to us. We both made a commitment to, this is cute, this is like little koala, and then it has like the fleecy pants underneath it. We both together made a commitment that we wanted to not have huge amounts of debt. And yes, we ended up putting the funeral on debt, on credit cards, because they wouldn't bury my son without me and my husband actually paying for it. So we put that on credit cards. But we both have been very committed to making sure our bills are paid, and neither of us are frivolous. Like, I make his lunch and he appreciates that I make his lunch, and then he doesn't go out to eat, and that's a blessing. And he doesn't go grab coffees and all that type of stuff at the store. Not that that's wrong, but all those small things, all those little choices add up. If I went to the store and bought and said, oh, that dress is so cute, and I bought all my little girls like the same dress and it wasn't on sale, I mean, I could spend hundreds of dollars just on one dress, but I can clothe my family for so cheap. And I understand, guys, like, I understand everyone doesn't have like fill a bag for $5. I do totally understand that. There's just watch your clearance sales, watch markdowns. And when something's on sale, think, am I going to use that in the next 6 months? Am I going to use that in the next year? A lot of times, like, end of season, I'll get jackets. End of season, like my kids right now, they have brand new jackets from last year. I think I actually videoed the jackets, the pink jackets that they're wearing last year, that I had gotten them all on clearance, and they were like $5 on clearance, and they're brand new jackets. Literally, we took the tags off this year. So just keep an eye out. Think before you purchase. Don't try to make like impulse emotional purchases. And yeah, so all this stuff here, all this stuff, all these clothes, huge amounts of outfits. I mean, you saw all the clothes that we just went through. $52. $52. To me, that's a win. I mean, if I bought 5 dresses, that could be, you know, more than $52. So we are good. So I want you guys to consider these things. Please share in the comments below ways that you like to save money. We all need to be in this together. Everyone's seeing the rise of prices and everything. So share your favorite ways to save money so we all can read through those comments and just encourage one another in things that you're doing. And maybe it's something I'm not thinking of or somebody else isn't thinking of. So let's just encourage each other down in those comments. Hope you all have a blessed day.